So far, people have only associated high IQ and genius with Albert Einstein. In fact, there was once a mathematician named William James Sidis who had an IQ higher than Einstein. Born in New York City in 1898, William James Sidis made headlines in the early 20th century as a child prodigy with extraordinary intelligence. His IQ is estimated to be 50 to 100 points higher than Albert Einstein. He could also read the New York Times before he was 2 years old. By the age of 6, he could master several foreign languages including English, Latin, French, German, Russian, Hebrew, Turkish and Armenian. At age 11, he entered Harvard University as one of the youngest students in the school's history. But when he became an adult, William deliberately disappeared from the public spotlight that had followed him for years. William's biographer, Amy Wallace, revealed that William wanted to live a perfect life, and the life he meant was one of exile. William's parents are also quite smart. His father, Boris, is a famous psychologist, and his mother, Sarah, is a doctor. They believe that you can be a genius. His mother spent the family savings on books, maps and other study tools to encourage their precocious son, Wallace said. One thing that was very unusual about William compared to other prodigies was that very few prodigies had that many abilities, Wallace said. As a boy, William discovered his own language and wrote French poetry and novels. William was accepted to Harvard at age 9, but the college wanted him to wait until he was 11. 5 years later, he graduated cum laude. However, his days at Harvard were not full of happy memories. William was made a laughingstock at Harvard. He was teased and chased and it was embarrassing. And all he wanted was to get away from academics and become an ordinary worker, explained Wallace. After a brief stint as a mathematics professor after graduation, William moved from town to town, job to job, and often used pseudonyms. Meanwhile, he wrote a number of books, including a 1,200-page history of the United States and a book about streetcar transfer tickets, which he enjoyed collecting. His books were never widely published, and he used at least 8 pseudonyms. We will probably never know how many books he published under false names, Wallace said. William successfully hid until 1937, when the New Yorker magazine sent a female reporter to befriend him. The reporter then gathered information for an article about what happened to the magical boy. According to Wallace, William found the article's description of him embarrassing and made him sound crazy. After the article was published, William decided to come out of hiding and sued the New Yorker. William argued in court that the magazine had defamed him and he won. Shortly thereafter in 1944, he died at the age of 46 from a brain hemorrhage. Despite his unhappy childhood and the media scrutiny he experienced as a child prodigy, Wallace considers William to have lived a happier life as an adult. People who knew him adored him. So I think he's really gone from being totally traumatized as a boy to a happy man, Wallace said.